Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So there was a lot of hype around contests and we almost forgot about HEPLER. But HEPLER is up on the radar recruitment banner and we're going to talk about should you pull him, should you pass him. You know, the thing about HEPLER overall, the timing is bad because the Collab hero banner is coming up right after HEPLER's. I think 30th of April was the date given in the trailer. So just 20 days. Yeah, basically when HEPLER's banner is ending, we're going to be getting the Collab banner. And collab heroes are only recruitable with your diamonds, just like, you know, rate up recruitment heroes are as well. You're not able to use your rate up tickets onto those collab banners. And the thing about it is, I know people have said, well, what is the real point of you know, saving for collab heroes? Usually they're not very meta. And they haven't really been up until right now. They've been more luxury units, like even Marcel as a PvP luxury whale toy type of hero. But you never know when the developers are planning to release a collab that is actually meta, because I am confident there is eventually going to become a time when a hero release is going to be meta. And Freerin is how you pronounce it, is one of the most fan favorite, most popular animes of all time currently. And so I just have a feeling there's a potential they could make one or even both of the characters actually meta. So it's always best to save up. And also, if you're just a fan of the anime and you want to get those characters on your account, it's a limited time for you to be able to do so. Because for all of those reasons, HEPLER is just unfortunately going to get the short end of the stick, because he even though he's fine, he's not anything special, and the timing makes it so that you really have to save your resources rather than committing to him. So currently I only have him at one copy. I'll probably take him to Supreme Plus. Like, you know, as a high spender, I take pretty much every hero to Supreme Plus. But the thing about him is, even though he's interesting, he's mainly only interesting for PvP. And PvP, due to this ability that he has, an exclusive skill, which is going to be the invincibility to fatal blow, and then also that recovery and, you know, maximum health increase onto the ally target. 40% of HEPLER's maximum health increase onto that target. So definitely, you can come up with some interesting comps using HEPLER. You can use him as kind of like a budget Alna. So basically, any PvP team that needs Alna, you could use HEPLER in place of Alna. And like we showed in combat, I can even show it to you guys. Oh, I can't because I don't have him at Mythic Plus yet. But basically, even heroes who are behind him, if they're the only adjacent hero to him, he is going to protect them. So even range heroes he can put behind him and still be able to get this effect onto them. So he basically is very similar to Alna in that regard. Now, why is he not as good as Alna? Number one, he himself is not going to tank as well as Alna can tank. He does begin with pre-fill energy, which is really good and really important, because when he transitions forms, he's actually going to have higher damage reduction, he's going to be more difficult to take down, and his skills are going to be enhanced with those spark stacks. And then also, each time he uses a spark stack in his altered form, he's going to further basically boost his own defenses and also damage reduction, and also for the ally of his target. But the problem with all of this is that, you know, he's only really an investment for PvP, and even in PvP, he's not as good as Alna. And I know Alna is a Celestial Hypogean, but like, if you're gonna invest into a regular faction hero, they should be top tier, in my opinion. For if their only role is PvP, they should be top tier. Like, an example of a hero like that would have been Ravion. I consider Ravion really to be top tier. He can fit into a lot of comps, even Sleece. I consider these heroes to be, probably Sleece is even better, but these are the heroes which maybe you want to invest into purely for PvP, even though Sleece has multiple usage as well, multiple game mode usage. But basically, those are the standouts, the regular faction heroes which dominate PvP. HEPLER is not at that dominant level of tier. I think he's definitely an A tier hero, but not exactly an S tier. So that's basically the position he's in. And if his only job is PvP, because he doesn't have Dream Realm usage, and is very unlike, he's not going to have Ravaged Realm usage, let's face it. He just doesn't deal damage, and he doesn't boost damage, he just boosts tankiness of your protected ally. Although that being said, if somehow this HP increases Baelan's damage enough for Ravaged Realm for the Dauntless squad, because you know Baelan is with the Maulers in the Dauntless squad, then maybe. But like, honestly, the 40% of maximum health, this is applied at the beginning of the battle, and Baelran, you know, because Baelran boosts his own health by like 300%, the 40% is kind of negligible in comparison to the 300%, but I don't know, 40% is 40%, and it would probably increase Baleran's damage to an extent. So actually, maybe now that we talk about it, there is some potential there. But honestly, it would probably not be a major game-breaking, basically, change. Right? And you already have Zandrock to provide some HP boosting to the Baleran. And, yeah. Okay. Now, apart from all of this, yeah, it's just the PvP usage. AFK stages, there's no proven usage as of right now. And people are thinking, well, can you just use him if you don't have Alna on your account to protect some allies? Yeah, and definitely you can, but it's still awkward. It's nowhere as good as Alna, because Alna also has invincibility on herself. She's able to take a lot of aggro of the enemy. And she is also going to survive a long time. HEPLER, if he takes a lot of aggro and focus fire, he can actually just die. And his benefit to the ally is still going to be provided. But yeah, that's kind of the issue. And so it's just the PvP angle. And even in PvP, it is like, even though he's interesting and definitely it would be nice to have, the other thing you have to realize now is there is a lot of heroes. Like, even for example, like, this is what I'm beginning to realize as a high spender as well, right? I have a lot of heroes to choose from for PvP, even for Clash fronts. And so, like, do I need HEPLER in my inventory? Yeah, it could be nice to have. I definitely could think of some interesting comps around him. But I don't really need him. And I think from this point on, I'm just kind of more interested in, you know, waiting for those top tier, S tier heroes for PvP and just going all in on them. And these other heroes, you can gradually build them up on wishlist or not really worry about them too much and just build your comps focusing around something else. So I think even for the high spenders, it's like, do you really need him? Is he actually going to change that much? I can definitely see a Mauler comp around him. Like, you know, there are some decent Maulers, especially this season. We had the Mauler Phantom, which can take an enemy Lily main interruption. So you can go for like Theodore, Shakira on the same team. I can actually show you. My Clash Fronts team was actually inspired by Shadow. And he was using this Theodore Shakir combo with Saida, basically like this. And then the Mauler Phantom giving melee damage versus Saida and things like that. So you could definitely fit a HEPLER into the team. But do you need to? Like, I mean, if I ran HEPLER to, like, you know, maybe protect the Saida, give her an additional life and some protection, damage reduction, could be nice, but is it really needed? I don't know. And the thing is, Corden, probably it would be honestly better than Corden, but Corden also provides really high damage bursts, like Corden Ultimate, Shakira in there. Especially if you guys have been playing the new event, the live PvP, you're gonna notice Corden, if he is paired up with other melee heroes and you don't like block his ultimate somehow, he actually kind of dominates. He really shreds at the beginning. So yeah, do I need to put HEPLER into this team? I mean, I could see a way to potentially use him and make him interesting. Or even, like, you could run Baleran here rather than Saida. It's not like Saida's needed. Then go for HEPLER with the Baleran. And then just run Zandrock and forget about the Corden, something like that. And I can definitely see it. And I think it could be interesting, could be good. But is it good enough to go fully invest into him? Like, for me as a whale, I need to get into Paragon 4, of course. For people who are like Paragon 2, Paragon 3 level, you would need to get him to Paragon 2 if... Well, I guess you don't need to. You could try to use him as Supreme Plus if he's good enough. But that's just the thing. I don't know if he's actually good enough that, like, even as Supreme Plus, he's going to be the best option in your team compared to another Paragon 2 or Paragon 3 hero. But yeah, I definitely find him an interesting hero. But at the same time, I think he's a real luxury hero. And you can easily go without him. So that's basically the summary of HEPLER. And it's also just unfortunate timing. Honestly, there would be two ways that I would be more interested in building him. Number one is if he was an A-level hero, I would be more interested in building him, because then maybe I can swap him to something, because so far we've only had Sylvan as A-levels. We have a lot of S-levels and a lot of them are not that good. Like Pippa, honestly, Zarya is very niche and really only functioning well because of the Graveworm Phantom of this season. And yeah, so that's the other angle I'm thinking is, like, after the season is over, I might just swap Zarya into HEPLER. Especially if HEPLER is seeing decent usage. Because I don't need both of them. They're both luxury whale toy PvP heroes. And Pippa is, like, not even in conversation. So, like, the 3 S-level heroes we've had most recently have all been kind of misses, honestly. They are more easily on the skippable side. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think HEPLER is interesting. I still think he has a role in PvP. And if I had him, I would probably try to use him to some extent. But at the same time, he's not really needed. And really, at this point, you need to invest into heroes which are needed or really going to be game changing for your account. Not a hero which is going to be pretty interesting, cool, but not exactly, that top tier. And especially also with the collab coming out, you just can't invest resources. Like, obviously I've been stockpiling diamonds for over a season now because, I picked up basically the reason I actually have so high diamonds compared to ever before is that all those rate up invite letter pop-ups, basically those started in the previous season or the season before. So I was basically buying all of them. And then so I was using all of those basically to fund all of the rate up heroes that I was pulling. But now I've kind of like even slowed down on picking up those pop-ups and also like, slow down maybe on the rate up banners a bit. And because I'm just getting too many diamonds, there's nothing to do with it. But like I'm saving it for the collab because, if I do, who knows what the collab is going to entail. There's always a chance that both heroes are actually game changing. And then that would mean for like, free-to-play players, they would want to have enough resources to potentially Supreme Plus both. But for whale players, you would need to have resources to Paragon for both. If they are that good. But we don't know if they're that good. This is just basically being cautious and being basically conservative with that. But yeah, I don't know. The heroes this season have been kind of strange. They're definitely interesting. I would have to say they're interesting. They're not game-changing. They're not bad. They're interesting. And that is the thing about Zoria, and that is the thing about HEPLER. They're both interesting. They're both usable. But at the same time, they're not top tier or game-breaking or game-changing. Solis was really the only one. Solis and Sylvan, those have been the only standout rate-up banners up until now. And that also leads me to believe, this is another point, there probably is going to be another game-changing hero coming on rate-up recruitment, even after the collab banner, because generally per season, there are 3 to 4 notable game-changing heroes that you have on rate up, and we've only really had 2 so far. But that's not always the case. Sometimes there are only 2, and all the rest are kind of skippable or luxury heroes. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.